So I went to Minnesota in August, and we had 5 weeks of training there. So for 2.5 weeks, we went to a camp over in Wisconsin, and that was more of like personal formation. And then the other 2.5 weeks is when you get your team. So for the first 2 weeks, you don't know who you're going to be with, where you're going to be, or like what kind of team you're going to be on. So I was on a discipleship team in Indianapolis. So a discipleship team is a group of 8 people who go to a parish or school community, and the goal of a discipleship team is to enrich the Catholic culture and form lifelong disciples of Christ. So we would go to school lunches, and we would go to daily mass with the kids and talk with them and run youth ministry events and just anything that we could to be with them and love them where they were, and through that form like small groups. I did have a lot of middle school parents who came up to us and were like, you know, like my kid's different. Like whatever you guys did this year, like they've changed and they act different at home. They like desire it to be like joy-filled. And I know we had a going away party for my team, and one girl came up to me, her name's Lauren, and my teammate and I ran a Bible study with her every week. Every Tuesday we'd have a Bible study with Lauren. And she came up to us, and to me, it was just me, she was saying goodbye. And she was like, you know, I just want to let you know that I came to youth group this year because my friend came. And once my friend stopped coming, I didn't come because there was good food. I came because I saw the joy of Christ in you. And I saw that you guys had something that others didn't have, and I wanted that. And so I kept coming to Bible studies. And as she was saying this, she had tears streaming down her eyes. But, you know, throughout the entire year, we hoped that we were making an impact on Lauren, but we didn't know until that final week when she told us. There was one kid who came who was a host brother to one of my teammates. And throughout the retreat, we were like praying, and he looks at my teammate Nathaniel, and he was like, I don't know how to pray. And Nathaniel's like, yeah, let me walk you through it. And so he walks him through how to pray. And at the end, we have prayer ministry at our retreats where there's adoration and praise and worship, and we just go around and we pray over every single youth. And he just like went off to the corner, and you could tell that he was praying for the first time. And he was like crying, just like, yeah, praying for the first time. And I think another thing that I just found really beautiful was our parish that we were at was a parish with like elementary and middle school. And one of the youth, he was a 7th grader, opened up to one of my teammates and was like, yeah, I feel like God accidentally made me. And I feel like I'm just like not supposed to be here. At one of the youth nights, I knew that he was like really struggling. And it was just beautiful because we were a safe place for these youth. They knew that they could come in and that they could have fun, they could be themselves, they wouldn't have to hide anything. And so I remember just watching this kid, and I knew that he was struggling, but in that moment he was dancing to Justin Bieber's song Baby and like was going crazy, which he wouldn't have been able to have had he not had that safe place. And so I think that was one of the beauties of this year, of just letting especially middle schoolers be a kid. At the end of our ministry, we come back to Minnesota for a week to just get off of ministry life. And one thing they do the first night there is they have you come up and they have a picture of us from August, and they say, what is different about you in this picture and you now? And so the one thing that I said was, my boldness in proclaiming the gospel has increased in the fact that a lot of which I learned from my team. This past summer, I asked the parish to help me financially and also prayerfully to go and serve with Net Ministries. And I just wanted to thank you guys, because without your support, I personally wouldn't have been able to go, but also through your support, Net Ministries was able to reach 80,000 youth this year. I just ask that the Lord blesses Holy Redeemer and all the parishioners, that Holy Redeemer can continue to be a place where people can come and feel welcomed, and that it continues to be a place where you can come and encounter the Lord.
I have decided to follow Jesus, no turning back, no turning